Hey guys, my name is John, it's my wife Alicia, and we were asked by Escoffier to give our experience about the Escoffier online class. I Googled it essentially and looked up online cooking classes. We were going to go to Atlanta and maybe take some classes, and Escoffier online came up, and so I just checked it out, and I was very impressed. It was very early when they were first starting the website, and thankfully I was very fortunate to stumble across it pretty early, and went ahead and signed up, and it's been awesome ever since.
Even though I consider myself to be a pretty good home cook, there are certain skills that you just can't acquire cooking at home.
Yeah.
And so I decided to take the class and acquire those skills and become better at what I'm doing.
There's absolutely no question in my mind, if I was going into a culinary career, this would be the way to go. I mean, it's not like it's a hobbyist website to kill some time. It is extremely sophisticated, and it's got as much as you could ever want to get out of it.
When John came to me and told me he was going to do an online cooking course, I had my serious doubts. I couldn't figure out how in the world you would go to cooking school online, because in my opinion things have to be tasted, they have to be seen, they have to be smelled, and skills need to be learned firsthand. Somebody showing you how to do things, because certain skills to me are just harder to learn without seeing somebody else do it. So I really had my reservations about, how they were going to accomplish all of this via an online cooking class.
Mm-hmm. When I first started cutting, my wrist was too low, for instance, or whatever, and they critique you on that. You're like, wow, it really works. And so it actually is to me better than a cooking class where you got however many people they have in culinary school, I'm not sure, or a cooking class is a bunch of people, but I'm sure in culinary school they've got a bunch of people, the guy's going from person to person to person to person. He may miss you doing that one part or whatever, and yet when you submit your photo, you can't lie. I mean, it's there. Your hand is at the wrong place. You're doing it wrong. The sizes of your cut is wrong, or whatever, and you can't. They're not too busy and you miss something. I mean, they see everything. So it's really cool. You can, not only can you go at your own pace during the class, but you can go at your own pace of when you have time to do it. I mean, I'm a busy guy, and I've got a different job, so I go to work, I work hard, and I do it when I can. I don't feel like I'm forced to do it. There's no set time limit. I can do it whenever I want, day, night. A lot of times also, if I'm at work and I've had some time at lunch and I've decided I'm going to do a lesson at night, I will look at I'll review my lesson, figure out what we need, and it's got a part in there where you can up and down. You actually click on the number of people that you're fixing the recipe for, number of servings. You click on the up arrow, and it changes all the volumes of everything you need, all the amounts. And so what I'll do is I'll go, okay, my parents are coming over, or whatever, or whoever I'm having guests. I'll up or down it depending on what kids are here and who's not here. And it'll change the amounts. I'll take a photograph of it, text it to her if she happens to be going to the store. If I'm going to go to the store, I've still got it on my phone. I go to the store, I know exactly what I need. She can inventory stuff at home. If you have a restaurant, she can do it that way as well. And then it's convenient, it's easy. And I actually do that when I'm cooking too. I'll whip my iPhone out if I go, how much pepper, whatever it might be. And I can kind of real quickly get it, even in the heat of the moment. Or in the middle of cooking, I've got it right there where I can look around, and of course her computer's right here, she can do that, but that's the way I did it. It works for me great. The beginning of every assignment is your mise en place, and that's one of the cool things we learn, and we'll come over here and show you how we do it and what we set up. This is an example if you're about ready to do an assignment, you get everything ready ahead of time.
I think one of the things that I was always pretty proficient in was getting all my ingredients out and ahead of schedule. But what I was not proficient in was actually setting up the exact amounts and having everything cut up and prepared and ready to go. And the cooking school is teaching me to have everything set up and ready to go. Even though it sounds like it might be a little bit more time consuming, it actually turns out to be a lot more efficient, because as you start the recipe and start running through the steps, everything flows a lot smoother.
So you cook, you've done your mise en place, and then you take the photos, you have to upload them. Upload is no problem. You basically get the photographs. You're supposed to put the photograph online and then do a description about what you've done, how it tasted. I did a bad job. I was kind of early in the process, and so I feel like I did a bad job of describing. I thought my photos spoke for themselves, so I didn't do a lot of description. If I was going to a chef's course, I would put a lot of effort in describing exactly what I was thinking, exactly what worked and what didn't work, and what I was stressed about, and what I didn't like, so that the chefs give me feedback so I can improve myself. But it's not that expensive in the whole scheme of things. It's easy to do. It works. I thought for a site that started that early, they must have worked incredibly hard initially to get all the bugs out, because it's just not been. I've had no bugs. I've had no problem doing the modules, doing any computer work, uploading anything. I've had no technical problems whatsoever. All the technical problems have been on my end, whatever. But it's quick, it's easy. You can do it as much as you want, as little as you want, at your pace. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can get as much out of it as you want. Like a lot of things in life, it's what you put into it. But I want to be a hobbyist, but if somebody wanted to be a professional chef, they could take this and get these incredible chefs with all this knowledge, and they could just have unlimited access to these guys.
I think it's awesome too. I mean, I think it's giving both of us skills that not only are we learning, but we'll be able to pass on to our children. And hopefully they'll have an easier time in the kitchen than we do. So.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. All right. Well, guys, thanks for hearing us out. And I got to get to work. Got to cook something. Thanks.